The Norse word appeared in the vast emptiness of Ginnungagap. Ginnungagap is a land that is totally empty. There is nothing in there, no light, no land, no water, no anything. In this land, there is but a single tree, and this tree is called Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is axis mundi of the Norse word, which means this is the central point, the center of the entire universe. In this tree, all the 9 words of Norse mythology exist. The 9 words are called Asgard, Valheim, Midgard, Jotunheim, Alpheim, Nidavellir, Muspelheim, Nilfheim, and Helheim. Yggdrasil is sometimes called the Great Tree. There are several magical creatures living in, on, or within the Great Tree of Yggdrasil. On the very top of the tree lives Vidofnir, a mute rooster who has never called. He will call once in his entire existence, and this will be the sign that the Ragnarok, the final battle, is about to start. The main part of the tree is the home to the nameless eagle, and on the top of its head sits Vedrfonir, a hawk, which is in control of all weather in all the 9 words of Norse mythology. Yggdrasil is also a home to 5 deers who round around freely, and a boar who is hunted down every single day and eaten just to be reborn again. And once he is reborn, the hunt starts all over again. In the middle of the tree lives a goat. Its name is Hydron. Out of the goat's milk, the gods create their famous meat. In the very root of Yggdrasil, there live Linorms, and their leader's name is Nidhogg. They spend their days chewing on the roots of Yggdrasil. There's one curious little creature who roams freely within the Great Tree of Yggdrasil. It's a squirrel named Ratatosk, and this one is a tiny little troublemaker. He runs around from top to bottom, visiting Linorms and the nameless eagle, and starting arguments on who would destroy the Great Tree first. Yggdrasil, according to the law, is the home to all the 9 words of Norse mythology. The most prominent one is Asgard. It's the home of the Aesir gods. The most notable figures of this tribe are Odin, Thor, and Loki. Asgard is located to the east of Valheim. It is surrounded by huge walls built by a giant. In Asgard, the majority of Aesir gods have their homes. This is a land of beautiful divine palaces. One of the most magnificent places belongs to Odin, the Allfather, and another one to Frigg, his wife. The biggest palace, called Berskirnir, belongs to the god of thunder Thor. Asgard can be entered via Bifrost, a rainbow bridge guarded by the god Heimdall. Once you have crossed the bridge, it opens up to a lusciously green meadow of Idewal. Asgard is supported by 4 dwarves, Ostri, Westri, Nordi, and Sudri, which denote the directions of the world. Although Asgard is very well known, Valheim is much older. It lies on the first level of Yggdrasil and is populated by another tribe of divine creatures. This tribe of gods is called Vanir. They are very much connected to nature, and they are way less brutal and aggressive when compared to the Aesir tribe. They are connected with wisdom, fertility, and the laws of nature. They can also see the future. One of the most renowned Vanir gods is Freyja, who is known for her divine beauty. At first, the Vanir and the Aesir gods were seen as equal, but this did not make the Aesir gods happy. And after a few struggles, a war began. A war that was lost by the Vanir gods. The gods did not want to destroy the tribe of Vanir. It turned out that the Vanir gods were a little bit lower in comparison to the Aesir gods, but they lived in peace. One of the conditions of it was that Freyja, the Vanir goddess, was to live in Asgard for half a year and another half in Valheim. Her house in Valheim was surrounded by trees. Half of them was dead, as a sign that she has to leave Valheim for half a year every year. High in the branches of Yggdrasil lies Alpheim. This is the home to bright elves, a gorgeous place filled with wonderful houses and bright magical creatures. The land is also scattered with wonderful temples, most of them devoted to Freyr and Freyja, the beloved gods of the elves. What is interesting, the sun never sets in Alpheim. It's always daytime there, and it's always bright and sunny. The word that we as humans know is called Midgard. It's surrounded by a huge ocean in which a serpent lives. And it's not just any serpent. It is called the Midgard snake, Jormungand. This is one of Loki's children. He was sent there to this ocean. The gods who hoped that it would just die there. But Jormungand decided to live, and he grew until the point when he was so big he could actually encircle the entire world and bite down on its very tail. Midgard lies directly between the heaven and the hell of the Norse mythology, so Asgard and Helheim. It was created out of the corpse of Ymir, the first of the giants. Muspelheim is a scorching land of fire demons and fire giants. It actually was the land that gave the spark that started the creation of Axis Mundi, of the Great Tree. This land is inhabitable to human beings. It is too hot to anyone to just go in there. Another land of giants is Jotunheim. There live all the kinds of giants. Ice giants and fire giants and earth giants. This is a very dangerous land to anyone who is not a giant, especially to dwarves. They may be killed without even being noticed, as they are too small for the giants to actually notice. Nidavellir is the House of Dwarves. It lies underground and was created because the dwarves were actually afraid of sun. Once they were sent below the ground level, they started making amazing items full of magic and craftsmanship. For most of inhabitants who can travel between the worlds, this is a gloomy place with no sunlight whatsoever. In the far north, among the glaciers, lies Helheim. This land is ruled by the daughter of Loki, Hel, and this is where all the souls of those who died in other way than a battle are sent. All the souls there are in despair and waiting for Ragnarok to get their revenge. And this is it. The 9 words of Norse mythology, all sitting on the wonderful Yggdrasil, the Great Tree, Axis Mundi of the Norse mythology word.